1 year's tax returns and your estimates for 2011. We know it's not a matter of producing them. You said during the McCain vetting process you turned over 23 years, which you had at the ready because, to quote you, you're something of a pack rat. So prior to tomorrow, can you tell us tonight what's in there that's going to get people talking? What's in there that's going to be controversial? What's in there that you may find yourself defending?
No surprises, Brian. The most extensive disclosure that I made was the financial disclosure requirements under the law. We each had to do that, and I laid out what my assets are and where they are, and people have been looking at that. It's very similar to what it was 4 years ago, and so my income tax will show that that's where the profits and rewards came. The real question is not so much my taxes, but the taxes of the American people. The real question people are going to ask is, who's going to help the American people at a time when folks are having real tough times? And that's why I put forward a plan to eliminate the tax on savings for middle-income Americans. Anyone making under $200,000 a year, I would eliminate the tax on interest, dividends, and capital gains. People need help to be able to save their money. I'll also bring the corporate tax rate down to 25% as quickly as possible, and then begin a process of reshaping the entire tax code. It's far too complex, it's far too intrusive, it's far too great. I'd like to lower the rates, broaden the base, akin to what we saw in the Bowles-Simpson plan, which, by the way, the President commissioned and then simply brushed aside. We need to go back to that, get our rates down, and get a pro-growth tax policy in this country.
So across this country tomorrow, when people learn the details of the tax return you release, and of course you'll be under pressure to release more years after that, nothing will stick out, nothing will emerge that'll be talked about by this time tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm sure people will talk about it. I mean, you'll see my income, how much taxes I paid, how much I paid to charity. You'll see how complicated taxes can be. But I pay all the taxes that are legally required, and not a dollar more. I don't think you want someone as the candidate for president who pays more taxes than he owes. So I'll point out that that's the case. And will there be discussion? Sure. Will it be an article? Yeah. But is it entirely legal and fair? Absolutely. I'm proud of the fact that I pay a lot of taxes. And the fact is, there are a lot of people in this country that pay a lot of taxes. I'd like to see our tax rate come down and focus on growing the country, getting people back to work. That's our problem in this country right now. We got a lot of people out of work. Let's let them start paying taxes because they got jobs again.
Speaker Gingrich, what will satisfy you?
Look, first of all, I said the other day when he indicated he was going to release it, that was the right thing to do. It's actually a tradition his father started in 1967. I think it's the right thing to do. The biggest thing I think will be, and I think you indicated the other day that you paid something like a 15% marginal rate. My position is not to attack him for paying a 15% marginal rate. I have in my tax proposal an alternative flat tax on the Hong Kong model where you get to choose which you want, and our rate's 15%. So I'm prepared to describe my 15% flat tax as the Mitt Romney flat tax. I'd like to bring everybody else down to Mitt's rate, not try to bring him up to some other rate.
And may I ask just a question, Mr. Speaker, is the tax on capital gains also 15% or is it zero?
Zero.
Well, under that plan, I'd have paid no taxes in the last 2 years.
Well, if you created enough jobs doing that, it was Alan Greenspan who first said, the best rate if you want to create jobs for capital gains is zero. My number one goal is to create a maximum number of jobs to put the American people back to work. It's a straightforward argument.
And Governor, how about your father's model of 12 years worth of returns?
You know, I agree with my dad on a lot of things, but we also disagree. And going out with 12 years of returns is not something I'm going to do. I'm putting out 2 years, which is more than anyone else on the stage. I think it'll satisfy the interests of the American people, see that I pay my taxes, where I give my charitable contributions to, and I think that's the right number.
More broadly, Governor, just an aside, have you been surprised at the degree to which your wealth has become an issue? You spoke rather forcefully in South Carolina over the weekend on Saturday night about this, about the degree to which you've had to defend, as you put it, your success in business.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come from the Obama team. I understood that. We see that on the left. I was surprised to see people in the Republican Party pick up the weapons of the left and start using them to attack free enterprise. I think those weapons will be used against us. I think it's very unfortunate. I will not apologize for having been successful. I did not inherit what my wife and I have. nor did she. What we have, what I was able to build, I built the old-fashioned way, by earning it, by working hard. And I was proud of the fact that we helped create businesses that grew, that employed people. And these are not just high-end financial jobs. We helped start Staples, for instance. It employs 90,000 people. These are middle-income people. They're entry-level jobs, too. I'm proud of the fact that we help people around the country. Bright Horizons Children's Centers, the Sports Authority, Steel Dynamics, a new steel company. These employ people, middle-income people. And the nature of America is individuals pursuing their dreams don't make everyone else poorer. They help make us all better off. And so I'm not going to apologize for success or apologize for free enterprise. I believe free enterprise is one of the things that we have to reinvigorate in this country if we want to get people working again.
Senator Santorum, Governor Romney has said, and he said it again tonight, he expects